Okay, hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Daniel. I run Screen Repair Business Academy, and I want to show you how to fix. Today we're going to be doing an iPhone, well, not that one. We're going to be doing that later, but we'll be doing an iPhone 10. I want to show you how easy it is to repair the screen on an iPhone 10. I want to let you know that we are still repairing these all the time. And remember this, repair is easy. You can do it. Repair is simple. Businesses take processes, and you can learn both. Follow along. Let's rock and roll. We're going to open up the bottom of this bad boy. This is a little bit grungy, so I will hit it with a little bit of a hit it with a little bit of alcohol to clean it off, and then we'll get rock and rolling. Hit it with a little alcohol. We're going to open up the bottom of this. This iPhone 10 is the iPhone that changed everything. This is when Apple switched its design from having a home button to having a home button on every phone to Face ID. From a design that had big borders on the top and bottom of the phone to pretty much a full screen design, a full body screen. It was incredible. Now, I haven't actually turned this off, so I should probably stop and try to turn it off. There we go. Half the time when I'm repairing these phones, you can't turn them off. Now, ostensibly, I should probably be heating this up or I should be heating this up or using some alcohol to get this open. But the reality is this is such an old phone. I'm not really concerned about it at all because I'd bet money on the fact that this has probably been opened up multiple times. I'd put money on the fact that this phone has been repaired and such. And even if it hadn't been repaired, it's old enough that the adhesive on this is pretty worn out. Okay, with the iPhone 10, it is really straightforward. You get in there. We've got 5 screws that were taken out down in a line right here. Incidentally, one of the best ways once you're inside it to determine the difference between an iPhone 10 and iPhone 10s is this middle screw out of the 5 screws you're doing is a Phillips head screw on the iPhone 10s. On the iPhone 10, it's just a tri-point screw right here in the middle. Okay, now that I've got that, all 5 of those screws off, I'm going to peel this plate off, and there's the battery connection is stuck to it. Or peel the plate off. That's not the battery. That is that's an antenna or something going down to the charging port. Better reconnect that bad boy. Okay, we're going to disconnect the battery. We're going to disconnect the Face ID module. Which the Face ID module is stuck to something else. That's odd. Anyhow, disconnect the battery, disconnect the Face ID module, disconnect the screen. And Bob's your uncle, we're done. Okay, this is dirty and messy because it had lived with screen damages for quite a while. It's missing one of the 3 screws that are up here, but we're going to go ahead and just unscrew this. With the Face ID, all right. Repairing phones, always have calls coming in. I'm going to mute this and get back to that. Okay, I am back. So, okay, let's bust out the new screen. I like to buy, whenever I can, I buy the red version of the screen from Mobile Centrics because they have the warranty against breakages. And I recommend whenever you're shopping for screens, especially iPhone screens, the cheaper screens are the hard OLED screens, and the more expensive ones are the soft. The original quality of screen on these is a soft OLED screen. Now, what that simply means is it's a soft organic LED material. It's a soft material. The benefit of using a soft material as opposed to a hard OLED material is simply that it's less likely to break. And the reason that matters for you as a repair shop is I found that the more I used hard OLEDs, the more I was warranty replacing customer screens. And that's always a royal pain. And well, I just recommend using soft OLEDs as much as possible. Now, the one caveat around that is if the soft OLED is going to cost me like $50 more than the hard, I will just suck it up and consider that the best option. I don't actually usually like to give I don't actually usually tell my customers all the options. Like, oh yeah, there's a slightly cheaper version. There's actually a lot of, there's actually a number of people, a number of, on these phones, there's also LCD screens you can put on them as well. The older technology for these screens is LCD. I just don't think, if you have a phone that takes OLED, LCD just doesn't look that good. All right, so we've got this screen attached. We're going to now go through and make sure we remove the adhesive. Now this adhesive gets pretty gunky on some of these older phones, so we're going to both remove it with a knife and then we're going to wipe it with an alcohol wipe to make sure we get everything. So the iPhone 10 is one of these. On one hand, it's a nice repair that you can do this repair in probably 10 minutes. iPhone 10, 10 minutes. Ha! You can do this repair in probably 10 minutes, but it's getting to be difficult because this is a $45 screen I'm putting on this, and customers more and more are balking at putting spending, like for a $45 screen, I'm going to charge like $145 normally, and customers are struggling to spend that on this phone because of how old this phone is. But that, so of course, the other side of the picture is the reality that this old of an iPhone, again, the iPhone 10 is surprisingly is kind of old. The other side of the picture, the coin, is that people are not fixing old Samsung phones that are this old. They're just not. So two parts of the picture. Found an extra screw that goes to the Face ID module. Alright, I think we're pretty good to go on that. That's cleaned out. We're going to replace the adhesive. These templates are the best thing since sliced bread because they make it really straightforward to put a new round of adhesive on. Or a new round of, yeah, well, adhesive, yeah. Press it down. It is sealed by pressure, so you want to be aware, especially if it's been pretty gunky, the adhesive likes to come up. If the old phone was pretty dirty, like this one, it's starting to come up. So you have to be really careful and delicate to try to keep the adhesive down. All right, we're gonna plug this in. We want to make sure you feel and test each of those connections to make sure each of these cables are nice and smoothly plugged in place. Once you get all the screen and the Face ID in place, you can go ahead and test plugging in this connection. Let's see if we can get this phone turned on. There we go. We've got power. If we have power, it's a good... I gotta let dogs in. All right. Home-based repair means you've got to balance your life around the house with doing repairs. But that's the nice thing about it. When you run a home-based screen repair business, that means you can have time to hang out with your dogs, play with your kids, and in general, be there for your family, all the while getting repairs done, making money, and providing for your family. I think it's the best of both worlds, but that's my opinion. Let's keep cracking. All right, so we do have usage of the screen. It's good to go. I'm going to very carefully remove the plastic covering off of the adhesive. Adhesive is being a little bit tricky. But again, this is an old dirty phone, so I'm not too worried about this adhesive being perfect. Sometimes if you have trouble getting the adhesive in one area to stick, you can try pulling the plastic from another area, and that can be a way to make things work. That can be a way to, by making things work, of course, I mean, that can be a way to get the adhesive to stay in place, because this is being troublesome. I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of alcohol, make sure that Face ID module is cleaned off, although I doubt it's functional. It is raining cats and dogs out there. Glad that I got the dogs inside. Get this plugged in. And we've got power. We've got heavy rain outside, which is interesting. And investing, what I've discovered recently, is investing in a good tool from Keonly for closing these things will save you a lot of stress. So I highly recommend a good tool from Keonly. Okay, we're gonna kind of wrap up right there. I wanna encourage you, people are still getting iPhone 10s repaired every day. Repair is straightforward. It's simple work to do. You have to be careful and know what you're doing and be committed to backing up your repairs. But if you do that, repair is straightforward, simple stuff to do. Running a business takes processes. You can learn both. I can easily make several $100s a day, turned into several thousands of dollars of profit per month doing phone repairs. I highly recommend you try it out. If you got questions, you want to get started, give me a call, shoot me a message. I'd love to help you out. Have a great day.